Hello friends, welcome to Mechanical Engineering online classes.
In a single shoe brake, we have already discussed that when the angle of contact, this 2 theta, is less than 60, then the intensity of the normal pressure between the block and the wheel is uniform. But when this 2 theta is equal to 60 or greater than 60, then the pressure between the block and the wheel is not uniform. So at the center it will be more and at the ends it will be less. So in such cases, the block or the shoe will be pivoted to the lever rather rigidly attaching it to the lever like this. So this black colored one is the brake lining, which is actually a layer of hard material that is attached to the shoe or the pad so as to increase friction against the drum. So like simple shoe brake, our pivoted shoe brake also will have all the same terminology and notations: P, Rn, small r, mu, 2 theta, Ft and Fr. But the difference is that here mu will not be the mu like that of a simple shoe brake. Here we will have a modified coefficient of friction, mu dash, which is a function of mu, which is the actual coefficient of friction, and that is given by 4 mu sin theta by 2 theta plus sin 2 theta. Theta is nothing but this angle, half angle of contact. Angle of contact is 2 theta, half of that is theta. So this mu dash will be used to find tangential force here and thereby the braking torque as well. For a simple shoe system, our Ft is nothing but Fr, which is mu into Rn. So for a pivoted shoe brake, we will have Ft as Fr, but here we will be considering the coefficient of friction, which is mu dash. This is called as equivalent coefficient friction, mu dash into Rn. In place of mu Rn for simple shoe, we will be taking mu dash Rn for a pivoted shoe. And we know that the braking torque for a simple shoe is Tb equal to Ft into R, which is mu Rn. Now here the braking torque Tb is again nothing but tangential force into R, but in place of Ft we have mu dash Rn. So this is the only difference. And in case of a double pivoted block or double pivoted shoe brake, then the torque can be given as mu dash into R. Because there will be two shoes, there will be two normal reactions. One is Rn1, the other is Rn2. So this will be the braking torque for a double pivoted block brake or double pivoted shoe brake. For a single one, the braking torque is this, where Ft will be here, Fr will be here, and if we want to use this dimension h, the center of the drum to the lever, if we want to use that h in place instead of R, in that case the relation between h and R is just like the relation between mu and mu dash. So we can write h as 4r sin theta by 2 theta plus sin 2 theta. So this is just like our equivalent coefficient of friction, just like this. So here is mu dash, here is mu. So R and H also are related in the same fashion. Here is H and here is R. So this H is nothing but the distance between the lever to the center of wheel. So that is this. So if we want to find the braking torque in terms of H, because 4 sine theta by 2 theta plus sine 2 theta is same in both mu dash and h. So we can write TB as mu Rn h. This is mu dash Rn R, or it can be written as mu Rn and h. Both will be same. And similarly, for double pivoted block or shoe brake, the braking torque in terms of h will be 1. In terms of r, it can be written like this. We know mu dash, equivalent coefficient of friction. We can write this in terms of h as mu into h into Rn1 plus Rn2. Both will give us the same result.
Thanks for watching. If this video was of help to you, please like it and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.